seen the Maximals in graphic novels, and we've seen them in the cartoon, but we have never seen them in live action.
Okay, people have not seen the Maximals until this movie. That's fine. Those who worked on Beast Wars found a way to make sense of why the Maximals and Predacons had animals as alternate forms. For the Maximals to just be there, to just have those forms, without any context, doesn't really do justice for the Maximals. There was a purpose for every single Beast Wars character. You can say that, yeah, they were in the movie, but why were the Maximals there? What was so specific about them? Instead of, let us just put Maximals in this movie. Beast Wars also covered the descendant aspect of a Predacon back in time so that his ancestors could win, so that they can be the dominant faction or the only faction. Sure, I can appreciate Optimus Primal's character, but there's more to how the Maximals were set up in Beast Wars than them just being Transformers that turn into animals. What else is there that makes them significant in the first place than any other faction of Transformers that turn into animals? Might as well use Dinobots. The Maximals and Predacons are specific to Transformers. They're not just like some random sub-faction. They were the next generation who took animal forms for a very specific reason. And in the movie, the reasons on how they were as Transformers who turned into animals was not explored. They were just there as they were, because the people who was behind this movie probably assumed that people understand the Maximals at this point. That's a bold assumption.
We took an oath to protect the universe.
He's a really larger-than-life, likable character.
The comment about Optimus Primal is not so bad, but it's still kind of vague. The actual audio clip from Optimus Primal does more in telling about his character than the comment from Anthony Ramos.
There is more to us than meets the eye.
Thankfully, in the film, Optimus Primal actually carried out something about his character. He had a little bit of character that he is different than the other characters in the film.
Airazor carries this sense of regalness with her, but at the same time, she's a fighter.
What up, done? Let's get it.
Cable's comment about Airazor is kind of well done. He was able to give a specific detail about her. In the film, she was actually a decent character, well respectable. Sadly, you just didn't get to see her in her robot mode, but at least she had some sort of character to her.
Rhinox is a beast.
Oh, what great commentary. It makes sense why you have really nothing to specifically say about him. It's because there's nothing really specific to say about Rhinox other than that he is a tank.
Almost indestructible.
A big guy. Indestructible because he's big. The actors couldn't be specific about him because he didn't really have no character in the movie. A character that had a very detailed personality in the original Beast Wars cartoon.
Stranger danger!
Cheeto is the man.
Once again, hardly anything to describe this character, because he had no character in the movie. Cheetor had a vibrant personality in the cartoon, and in this movie, well, he's just agile, he's fast. What does that describe? That's just his physical feats.
It's a sense of family with the Maximals.
In Beast Wars, you had the awesome, courageous Optimus Primal, the level-headed, steady-thinking Rhinox, the hot, quick-headed Cheetor, the snobby and rude Rat Trap, and the honorable but ferocious Dinobot. This collection of oddball characters coming together to defeat the Predacons. Now don't get me wrong, Optimus Primal cared about his fellow Maximals, but it would have been nice to have all these different voices coming together and describing the event at hand. Rhinox nor Cheetor had anything to share that will project their personality that the audience could understand. Rhinox didn't even have a word in the stinking film. Where is the colorful diversity that these films today are pushing? It's more than just looks. What about diversity in character, in heart, in spirit? Rhinox had a voice actor for him, but he didn't even speak. Where was all of that personality that made people like the Maximals from day one? Where was that? People was wondering, where's Rapture? Why isn't Dinobot in this film? because they didn't want to spend out too many resources to animate these characters. It's too many characters. It's not too many. You just didn't want to spend out money for these characters. And they probably believed that a giant rat would be pushing it. A giant cheetah, a giant rhino, that's fine, but a giant rat, there's a difference.
Autobots and Maximals, all as one.
This union between Autobots and Maximals, I feel like, is forced. Now when I look back, somebody said that G1 and Beast Wars don't mix, and I'm beginning to kind of see that. The whole hijinks with the time travel isn't even explained in the movie like it should have been. They should not have brushed that over in the film. And that lies one of the major issues of bringing the Maximals to the era of the Autobots. How can you answer the biggest question? Why? Why must the Autobots and the Maximals meet?
Maximals, maximize!
This has been commentary about Meet the Maximals. Hopefully I used this in fair use. Hope you all enjoyed my commentary. This is Lights 1 to 6 saying to all of one.